that? It's missing from here. Someone's missing. Oh, Peter's just got back. That's all right.
Yeah, right.
No, I've got 10.
Yeah, I believe it. And is that less printing presses or collaboration with people of companies?
I know I'm calling it 5 minutes early, but I hope that's okay. Have you had enough of a break? You're feeling a bit refreshed?
Yep.
That's good. Excuse me. I'll go quiet. See what happens. That's a technique, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Just go right. Okay. No.
Hey, Pete. We're on. We kick it off now. Oh, sorry.
That's all right. That's right. Thank you for working through one of the hard parts of this morning. Your reward is you get back to sit back now and digest and listen to a really inspirational entrepreneur and business leader on the Gold Coast. So this is Monique Jeremiah, and Monique is not an influencer, but she's very influential through her marketing. She is the founder of what I would describe, I mean, you're daring, but this is a daring business that you've started, which was the very first NDIS registered provider of modelling agency talent in Australia, called Diversity Models Academy and Diversity Productions. You're also a fashion designer behind Moncherie Design, inclusive fashion. Monique has a passion for entrepreneurship, clearly, marketing, and being a PR stunt master. Can't wait to hear about that. She's known for constantly pushing unique but relatable content that keeps businesses very real. And I would say, regardless of any business, that is a great goal, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that relatable content that keeps it very real. She's also a champion for her models and her business clients, as she's the ultimate promoter. So using content marketing, leveraging that. And I've asked Monique, and it was Chris Marsh who introduced us, to tell you about her experience and what works. And I'm sure that we'll find it very interesting. So welcome, Monique.
Thank you.
And write down your questions so we can interrogate you when you've finished your presentation.
Sounds good. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, City Gold Coast. Thank you, everyone in the room, for having me. I'm excited to be here because I love marketing. It's my thing. Thank you for a great introduction too. So I have 3 different brands. So Diversity Models is the modelling agency side of things. So just like any other modelling agency, we provide talent for businesses around Australia. So we're actually a national company. Diversity Models Academy is the modelling and deportment school that we also run in Gold Coast, Byron Bay and Melbourne. So we teach people with disabilities how to succeed in the modelling industry through practical steps. And also Diversity Productions, which is the photography businesses to help companies in like the healthcare industry, NGIS sector, education sector, tourism, property, all the kind of people-based industries to create non-stock images. Because it's really important, I think, as a business to present your business as it is, you know, without the fake imagery, but real people. So, I love entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 21, so it's been a long time. I'm 39 now, so how many years is that? Telling my age. But I love it so much. I've never formally studied marketing at all. I've never formally studied PR. I've been to university, done a degree, but everything I learned was just from experience. So today what I'll do is I will really talk to you honestly about what I think works and what doesn't work. I'll be happy to send a copy of this presentation to Liz so she can distribute it, and also I'll post it online as well, so if you need to go through steps, because I'm just going to be really straight up with you with the presentation. You'll see my presentation is very simple because I literally put it together before I came here because I don't normally talk with presentations, I just talk from heart, and that's a typical entrepreneurial streak, that we talk from the heart, because I think to be successful in business and in marketing, you've just got to show your passion. Your clients need to know that passion and have no doubt in their mind what you represent and that you're there for them. So today, I guess there's 3 key concepts which I would really love you to go home with and apply to your business, because I think these 3 elements work. So the first one is consistency. So write that down, word consistency. The second is customer focused. And the third is connection. Okay, so let's go for the first one. So consistency. So I'll just tell you a little bit about diversity models. So as you know, we are the very first modelling agency in Australia that specialises in disabilities. Now, I never came from a disability background. I have another company which is a recruitment agency, so we dealt with nurses, healthcare workers, putting them into positions, but we never dealt with disabilities as a participant. So I came into the industry fresh, like a blank canvas. So that is now our leading client that we deal with, people with disabilities entering into the modelling industry. We also deal with multicultural models, curve models, and mature age models. So those 4 pillars, but disabilities is our key area. So on the board here is 3 of my fabulous models. So we've got Heidi, Mia, and Holly. They're all here. One's in Melbourne and the other 2 on the Gold Coast. They are special in their own ways. So it's really important when it comes to consistency, when you're doing your marketing, to know who are you actually targeting specifically. So for me, the number 1 client that I am targeting is the person with a disability that wants to enter the modelling industry. So a lot of our clients came to us, they've never been a model before. They may have gone to other modelling agencies. Other modelling agencies said no, because no one wanted to deal with disabilities, right? But I said yes. So that's where we've changed the game. So for you as a business, I think it's really important that you really have a strong niche market that you focus on, because that's going to set you aside. There's a concept, I'm not sure if Liz you've covered it yet, blue ocean and red ocean. Okay, well I take the blue ocean way of business. So I set us apart as a modelling agency by focusing most of our work on disabilities, because I love people with disabilities. They are unique. They want to be a model in the industry. They appreciate us, and that's really important as a business, to find clients that will appreciate you. So my number 1 target profile is a person with disabilities who wants to go into the modelling industry. My profile number 2 client will be a person with a disability who has become a model that wants to grow and wants to learn to be a model. So that's where we send them through Diversity Models Academy. So we don't force people into education. We give them a choice. They can if they want to, but there's no compulsory. But that's our second type of client. They want to grow. They believe in education, self-development, and we handhold them, practical. And then the third type of client we have is the businesses that need people with disabilities to be in their marketing. So some of you may have that as one of your imageries in the future for your content. So that kind of business is our target. That might be a business that needs photography. They don't want to go, looking everywhere and find 5 different parties. They want to go to one-stop shop. So that's what we do. So that's my 3 key typical clients that we target. So you need to know as a business, who are you focusing on? And everything that you put out to the market, whether it's when you go to an event or whether you put it online, make sure it's known. These are your 3 targets, through the imagery, through the words, through what you do, okay? Also, it's important that you is everyone a founder in the business? Yep, you're all starts? Yep. Be brave and be the face of your business, okay? Because my strategy, and I've always done it in business. So as I said, I've got a recruitment agency as well. I've always been the face of the business, and then under me is the brand, and then under me is my team. So you need to think like a pyramid in a positive way, that you are setting that structure. So you have to come out of your shell. Is anyone scared in here of being the face of the brand? Why is that?
I don't like the spotlight.
Okay. So it's a fear. So it's a fear.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolute fear.
So
Yeah.
fear of the spotlight. Yep. Does someone else over there? A bit scared? Why are you scared?
I'm a bit shy.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Lenny, yeah, exactly. And some people got it. They love being in the spotlight, but sometimes you just take the time. But I think to be effective in your marketing, you need to be able to overcome that fear and just throw yourself into situations, because people love to know who they're dealing with, you know. Because if you're just hiding behind a brand, they're going to be like, where's the human element of this company? Does the founder care enough to be the face? Like, do you back yourself as the founder? So for me, I'm constantly in the spotlight. Like, in my bio, as I said, I'm a stunt master, PR stunt master. So if you later on, after I leave the room, Google my name, you'll see a lot of stuff. But everything I do has a reason. It's because I'm putting gradually the business in the light. Do you know what I mean? So if people spot me, they spot the brand, they spot my models, they spot our clients. So we also promote our clients like crazy, because we want our disability models, our mature age models, our multicultural models, our curve models to succeed. But we want the businesses that they're representing that hire us to also succeed. So you kind of win, because we're like a marketing, modeling, media agency all in one. So that's why I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, be brave. Make sure you get some decent photos of yourself. Put it out there, because people want to know who started the company. What was your reason behind it all? You know, it just shows that human element. Okay. Second of the consistency is, what do you offer? So for your company, be specific. Maybe you're going to focus on just one product, right? So for us, for diversity models, our main product is we hire people out, you know, for short-term projects. So I might hire them for 1 day or half a day. I might send them interstate, fly them wherever. But that's what we do. That's our core business, that we hire models out. We also do portfolio shoots and onboarding like a modeling agency, because we need to get the talent. But that is what we do essentially. And why is it a benefit for our customer? Well, as I said, the people that come to us, our number one profile is disability models. They all wanted to be a model at some stage in their life. You know, whether they were younger or in this time of their lives, they had a little dream inside, and they were probably tapped down and said, "Nah, you can't, because you've got disability." So that's where we changed the game and say, no, we're going to give you that chance. We're going to push you forward. Doesn't matter if you have a visible or invisible disability, as long as we think we can promote you to our clients, we will take you. But it's important as well in your marketing to be honest and make sure that people know what you represent as a brand too, you know, like but for example, we're very family driven, we're very team driven. So I make it very clear in my marketing through words I say, through vision, pictures, that we represent people that are traditionally minded, that are family oriented. So, you know, as I said in my bio, I'm not an influencer, right? You're not going to see me running around in bikinis, like looking cheap and nasty, because we refuse to do that, you know? Like, there's companies that can do that, but no, we are all about the family-friendly models, you know, family-friendly projects. The only time you may see one of us in swimwear, maybe, is if a brand comes to us and they're promoting an actual product, okay? So we're not going to see nasty pictures, to be really honest. We show, don't tell. So, you know, sometimes people you see in like technology world, they're just showing like the item that they're promoting, like a computer. But you think, where's the person? Wouldn't you want to see like how that person uses the computer? You know, engaging. So in your marketing, I think you really need to put people, the end user, your ideal client, into that picture. So we always have people with disabilities in our pictures, no matter what it is, you know. We also, when we deal with our clients too, we also ask them permission. So when we go to shoots, I ask them, can we take the behind scenes of what's happening today? You know, there's a term BTS. Has everyone heard that? Yeah, BTS, behind the scenes. So I like to ask our clients and say, can we capture that for you, of, you know, where the cameraman's here with our models? Because then what we do is we share that in our marketing across all our channels. Plus we say, you guys can share it across yours, and it's just more content, isn't it? Because I'm sure some of you don't make content. Who doesn't make content at the moment? Or doesn't have time? Or wishes they had time? Well, that's what you've got to do. You've got to find other ways to create some content, you know, because the more consistent you are showing content every single day you can, and I know it's a bit of a chore to some, but if you do it, people are going to notice you and they're not going to back down because you're in their face. So that's like a method of madness, but it works. Be in people's faces without shame. As founders, for the two that are a little bit nervous, be shameless. Shameless promoter, because it's for your business. Because if you can be strong as a business owner, you can be strong for your team, be strong for your brand, be strong for the people they represent, and you're going to grow. You're going to flourish like crazy. A lot of people ask me, how long has Diversity Models been around? Because they can't fathom how quickly we're growing. I said, we've only been in the disability sector like just over a year roughly, but we're going crazy. We've gone national. I never expected that, but it's because we shamelessly push our models out there. We push the brand, we push what we do, we show constantly, okay? So I have to really emphasize that to you, and whenever I walk into a room, people know that Diversity Models has walked in, because my team also wear this is houndstooth. So this is our signature. See the bag? That's a signature right there. Everything in that bag has houndstooth. It's a bit addictive, but it's a signature brand, and that's how you recognize. So sometimes as a founder, you may want to establish an image for yourself as well, because behind you is the brand, your product, your services, company. Boom. Make sure your message is consistent. So make sure your values are coming out in your marketing. So you need to think about words that represent you. So for me, obviously our companies are diversity, but we represent 4 types of diversity. So I specifically focus on disability, multiculturalism, mature age, which is 30 plus, and curves. But I make that clear that is the only 4 types of diversity that we actually represent. There's many, many different types of diversity. Like if you go to the Diversity Council Australia, there's a chart I've seen, and there's about 12 different types of diversity that you can go for, but I just focus on 4. So for you, choose words that are really specific. So for us, we are very much a family-driven business, so we make sure that's known. We are about kindness to each other. We're about honesty, because disability is quite a you've got to take a lot of care to manage these type of models. So you've got to make sure that your team also has the same values as you in the recruitment process, because we're not just dealing with the models. We're dealing with their whole network, their family, their carers, their managers, the whole works. So it's not an easy business to run. It's actually quite challenging, but if you love it, you love it, and that's all. And your imagery has to be consistent. So in our internal marketing for Diversity Models, Diversity Models Academy, and Diversity Productions, our photos are not always glossy, but they show who we are dealing with, So we take a lot of photos straight on our cameras, on our phone cameras. When we do professional shots, obviously we'll put professional photos up there. But what's consistent is that you see the driving force of the team together. Like we always do group photos together. I always make sure that as the founder, I'm seen in as many places as I can to show the engagement. Do you know what I mean? When I go to networking events, so I love networking. It's so fun, right? And people always ask me, how on earth did you go from Melbourne to Sydney to here? Blah, blah, blah. I do it because this is important as a business. If you're going to grow it, put your money into actually meeting people. I'll be honest, I don't use Facebook sponsored advertising or Instagram sponsored advertising. I hardly pay for any advertising, right? What I do is I actually focus on meeting people traditionally, and then I actually post photos with my connections, and we all cross market each other. And that's how you grow your business as well, because it's back to traditional marketing of getting to know people, seeing them as frequently as you can, building that trust, because you're not going to just flog a business card out, right? That's a done deal. I've got a couple of cards in my bag, but honestly, getting to see people, they start to really like you, they want to be with you, and naturally they're going to refer your business. And so in the healthcare sector, as I think you're a physiotherapist in the back corner, I think referrals will be very important for him. Some businesses will be the same. We have 2 types of clients. We have B2C, so business to consumer, but we also have B2B, where the businesses refer us their clients. So very, very important to make sure that, you know, your imagery reflects that, to share those experiences when you go out and meet people. Imagery can also be like on shoots. So when I go out to shoots, I always take, as I said, behind scenes photos. I always love to do selfies. Selfies are fun because, you know, it shows you're engaging, because you've got to keep your imagery like humanistic, you know, because people want to see the real deal. They don't want to see some founder or whatever, or business that's all fake, you know, airy fairy, you know. I as I said, I put my money into actual networking and meeting people, and I think that's very, very valuable. I go out and meet every single participant that comes on board with us. So some modelling agencies, they may take people on, join them on the books, throw them, and that's it. You don't hear from the modelling agency again. With me, my models can get me on Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever they want, my mobile number, email. They can contact me anytime. I don't care, because I want them to. I want them to be engaged. Because remember, the other thing too is, if you build a good team, the team will also market for you. You know, you look after them, so you're actually building a whole team. And as models, they love to share the experience. So that's why I follow them to shoots. I take photos of them doing things, and I share that, because I know they will reshare it, and we just grow together. So it's a real team driven environment. So have any of you got team members yet, or a couple of contractors? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How's your culture going?
Yeah. They use the phrase, we're nurturing the human spirit.
Yes.
And our clients.
Yes. That's right. So they're feeling in their heart. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the foundation of a winning business right there. Did you say you have some staff as well?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Or contractors? Or even contractors. Like, your contractors can be great too, even though they're not full-time or part-time. You can build slowly an army of people who will market with you, and you go together. So if you develop that team culture, you can really go well. Okay, so we know what we're doing. So you as a founder, and who is your client, and we know what we're doing. So what we're showing. Keep on showing. Okay. Now, consistency. So these are some of my other models here. So this is myself. This is Biliana, one of my creatives. So she does hair and makeup. This is Tara. She has Down syndrome. She's one of our models. Who else do we have? That is Layla, and also we have Paige. Sorry, I'm mind blank. I have so many models. I'm trying to remember. So all the girls have different disabilities. Paige has cerebral palsy. Layla has intellectual disability, and Tara Down syndrome. We did this shoot for my fashion brand. So this is Moncherie Design, inclusive fashion. So in Melbourne, we did the very first fashion parade at the big Melbourne Disabilities Connections Expo, which is the largest expo in Melbourne every year. So we put our models on the catwalk right in front of everybody, in front of hundreds of people, wearing this brand plus another brand that Biliana designed. And they went for gold. I said to them, you know what? Be yourselves, be happy, work the catwalk, and everyone applauded them. And we got onto The Project, the TV show The Project, which is awesome. It's a great PR. And the models were happy. And you know, what's really funny is, I'm not a trained fashion designer, I can tell you that. I'm an innovator, and I do everything from heart. But the marketing we got from this experience was amazing. And our models felt so happy that they could wear fashion that fitted their bodies, because we had wheelchairs, we had walkers, we had curves, we had tall, we had everything under the sun. Now, for a designer, it's a bit tricky, right, to fit them right. But I did it on the spot, because I worked out what materials to use. So I did a lot of testing, because as I said, I'm not trained in fashion design, right? I'm a bit of a maverick in this side of things, but it works. All I did is I thought about who is our end user, how do I make them happy, how do I make the designs flexible for them, and how do we then create some marketing content and share that. So then we promote our models, so people see them on the catwalk, they see them in our social media, they see them on TV, they see them in a magazine. So we got also like articles published. It was great content marketing, but it comes down to the end user. Who are you focusing on, you know? Less on diversity models as a brand and more about the people. So in terms of when, so you know the 5 W's we're talking about, so who, what, when. This is really, really important, I think, for you guys to consider. So for me, my methodology of marketing is you should market 3 times a day, minimum, okay? So, you know when you're sitting there lying in bed and you just open your eyes? What do you think everyone else is doing at the same time? They're on their phones, right? The moment the alarm goes off, you're on your phone. What's the first thing most people do besides read the news? Social media. Facebook, probably, right? If you're a business person, maybe LinkedIn. If you're a young'un, maybe Instagram. So your tactic as a marketer for your business is get on those 3 channels and post something the moment you open your eyes. The time frame would be, I'd say, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock, give or take, depending on what time you wake up. Because people love being on social media, you know, like they feel like they've missed, 8 hours of their day by sleeping, so they're going to get on there. So you, as a business, need to get on there and post something about either you or the business, the brand, the product, the client, something to get them going. When do you think is the next time someone picks up their phone?
Lunchtime.
Correct. So what time would that be, do you think?
For me, I don't have them.
Yeah. Are you a workaholic? That's normal. But that's okay. But yeah, lunchtime. So say 11:30 to 1:30 would be the time frame I would target. So every day, when I'm chowing down, I'm also on my phone, putting a bit of content on the 3 social medias. My preference to social media is probably Facebook and LinkedIn because it's more my audience of who's going on there. But I mean, Instagram is good if you go from the younger audience. But again, who is my decision makers? So you always got to think who's accessing, who's referring business. So it's normally like either the parents that will refer or someone who's a carer, a little bit older market. So I go for wherever they're hanging out. So lunchtime. So we've got lunchtime. After dinner, so after people have had their family meals, whatever, they will probably be sitting in front of the TV when the ads are coming on because they don't want to watch ads on TV, right? Would we agree? You sit on Facebook because you want to distract yourself for that 5-minute ad break. So jump into your social media and post at that time. Time frame, I'd say probably about 6:30 to 8:30 is about a good time frame. And if you've got a bit extra time up your sleeve, in the afternoon, you know when people are at work and they're sitting there and they don't want to be there anymore, like 3 o'clock, the 3:30 itis? That's when people also jump on social media, right? To keep themselves awake if they are working for someone. Entrepreneurs are awake 24/7, right? We don't stop. But I reckon at least 3 times a day, if you can hit those 3 social medias, you as founders do it yourselves, okay? I don't think you really need to hire a marketing agency for this. I think if you can just discipline and just focus on 3 times a day, times 7 days, how many times is that? 21 posts? That's sufficient because you're putting yourself out there. And you can put all kinds of things you want. Just make sure it's relevant to your business, that it's relatable, that it's got to do with your business. And the frequency, yeah. So 7 days a week, 3 times a day. Where are your customers? So as I was saying, have you got a question?
A question.
Yes.
Yeah. When you say posting, are you
Yes.
doing reels or posts or stories or
Anything.
like-
Absolutely anything.
Absolutely anything.
Absolutely anything. But I would suggest the first one would be like the main post. So like in your feed on Facebook. So make that as a priority. A story can be like just like 2 seconds of something that's happening in your life. Yep. If you've got the time up your sleeve to make a decent reel and spam the same reel on each of the social medias, because you can post the same thing on each social media channel, but just at least have 3 different types of content that you post per day, because this is consistency. You as business owners, you're training yourselves to be like a machine, because I think if my business was failing or not making any cash at the beginning, I'd put everything into marketing because you want to be seen somehow. And the social media is free, literally it's free. So put your time into marketing. Everything else will come. So choose where you are doing it to. So those 3. You can probably have a YouTube channel. Has anyone got a YouTube channel as well? Or thinking of, yep. You can maybe make content. It takes a bit of time, obviously, to sit there, record, make the content, but have it there ready. What's the other ones? TikTok. Anyone who's on TikTok? So? Yeah, I'm a bit funny about. Do you like TikTok?
Yeah, I'm pretty new to the industry, and yeah, we've got just hit 60,000 followers. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
You're a mastermind.
I was just saying that cross-platform,
Yes.
we started Instagram and TikTok at the same time, exactly the same content. And
Yes.
only about 4,000 follower difference.
Yeah.
So it's tracked exactly the same in terms of people following, and the views that we get are very similar as well.
Yeah. So TikTok is funny, isn't it? Like it can be hit and miss sometimes. But you can be very good at it too.
I've gone pretty deep in the old TikTok algorithm, but
Yeah.
in terms of how it works, but I found you can explode a lot quicker. We
Yeah.
jumped out the gate a lot quicker on TikTok when we got a couple videos to work.
Yes.
Just the way that it rewards you for just the content you're making rather than
Yes.
Instagram, which feels like you've got to be consistent.
That's
If you're
right.
not consistent, they won't reward you.
Yeah, that's the reward. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is how they get you. So that's why I kind of steer away from Instagram. I mean, we're on it. We've got presence on every single channel because we have to. But yeah, TikTok we don't really do much on it because you got to really understand it too. So
Yeah,
It's mainly Facebook.
well,
Are
sorry.
you mainly Facebook?
Mainly Facebook and LinkedIn because LinkedIn is for the business to business. Yep. And because I know like everyone in the whole internet sector basically, so they're all sitting there. And Facebook is more direct to participants because that's where they hang out with their families, that sort of thing. One element when it comes to like followers and this sort of thing, I don't think it's a numbers game. Like if you look at our social media, we don't have that many followers, right? Like it's pretty minimal, but the quality of our followers are good. So it's very targeted. So I rather have a smaller number, but people that come to us, that buy from us repeatedly, that refer us, than have like 10,000 followers, you know? Because I don't buy followers either. That's the other thing. So there we go. And then also make sure you say why you are doing your passion. This is really, really important because that passion can go very, very far. Now, customer focus, always understand the mind of your customers. It's really, really important because they are going to be the ones buying from you. And also who is the decision makers, okay? So in all of your efforts, make sure you think about them in everything you do. Less talk about products and more about the person because you want them to think in their minds about themselves. Why do they need your product? What are you showing and how does that appeal to them rather than focusing on the functions of your product? Because that's technical is not useful, you know what I mean? Like I'm useless at technology, but if someone comes to me and says, this product through showing me is going to help me, I'm going to buy from them, you know? So show me in pictures physically, how do I engage with this product? How can I use this product? How can I use the service? Why do I need your team? You know, this kind of real emotional heart sell is what's going to get you further. Know the decision makers because there's a few channels. So work them out carefully. Again, it comes to the profiles that we mentioned at the beginning. Okay, and then the last point is connection. So this was a really fun shoot that we did for Tactical Ability Group. So the client is from Sydney and he flew up with his partner and we did a shoot on their fashion range, and they also do SDA and consulting in the disability sector. Great client. That was so fun. We did a shoot in the middle of the forest. Disability models, so Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, spinal injury, mature age models, autism. Yeah, there you go, it's all there. It's the works burger. But the connection that we showed in the pictures through the behind scenes of when we did this was amazing. The client loved it. We asked permission, can we share this content? They said yes. We sent it everywhere we possibly can. Use real images. So they didn't buy the images off a stock image place. They used our photographers, hair and makeup. They also had another photography team as well. So we just worked together to produce real images. And this is a great brand because it's got a leader that's not afraid to be in front, consistent in their imagery. The message behind the brand was also very strong too. So it's all about true courage. So Tactical Ability Group is the client, and they were amazing. So that was that. And this is a couple of other models. So these are some of our models. Down syndrome. He's a guitarist in Melbourne. So he just did a shoot in Melbourne a couple of days ago for a healthcare provider. He's so excited. Finally got his chance in the limelight. Got to play on stage a guitar. And some of our models again with disabilities in Monterey Design. So that's pretty much it for how we show disabilities. But you can see everything's consistent. You see real people. The message is clear. We love disabilities. I love my team. Thank you to my team as well because they're amazing. So my team is our models and our creators. Without them, we wouldn't be a brand. So I'll just give you my contact details. So on the next slide, there we go. So any questions you can literally ask me.
Who's got a question?
Yeah, I mean, my question, as someone who's worked with most people in this room, would be if you were going to start and you had to pick one type of piece of content to really get over that first. I've been through this journey as well. Like that first 3 months, it just feels really hard to just keep that consistency up. Where would you start? Where would you kind of direct people to get that first step in place?
First step, I think capture you as the founder first.
Yeah.
Because you are the face of the brand. So I think people need to see who's behind it.
Yeah.
Because they want to trust you first.
Yeah, that's a great one. I think, I think everyone in this room, and I definitely relate to the feeling of not wanting to be the limelight, but I found in my personal journey was articulating why I was there.
Yes.
Was really important. Once I got that out in terms of what I was actually saying or what I was showing was so much easier because I didn't feel like I was fraud then.
Exactly.
It's like I wasn't trying to get sales, I was just trying to...
Imposter syndrome.
Yeah, just getting over that, and then over a few months it just seemed to go away. And then when I don't post, it comes back a little bit. It's like this, like I need to keep going to make sure it's kind of like going for a run.
Yeah.
And if you don't run for a while, it kind of hurts.
Exactly. Because you've got to be like, the chances to speak, like I love talking. So you've got to, that's another skill you need to pick up in practice, is talking in front of people.
And I found focusing on my customer, so rather than talking about myself,
yes,
I send that message by talking about other people and the journey that they're on and just how lucky I am to be involved.
Exactly.
And that kind of got me through it.
What's your business?
It's an education platform for schools and
Cool.
specialises in a certain industry.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, perfect. So students and schools are your ideal profile?
Teacher, actually.
Oh, teachers,
It's
okay.
the gaming and esports industry, so
Oh, wow.
a lot of teachers don't know what to do, but they have to start helping people through into that industry, so provide how they do it.
Yeah. So you show like the success story of...
Yeah, well, our marketing message and consistent message is you can start teaching people about the gaming esports industry without knowing anything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, sort of takes that fear away because they've got anxiety about doing it.
And it's niche too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
Monique,
Yes.
can I just hear a bit more about your long-term vision, right?
Yes.
Because I'm guessing that drives a lot of your marketing messaging.
Yes.
Like a specific question, that great service you offer for disability models to step up into their next potential and be seen, I really admire it.
Thank you.
The decision maker would be a third party payer, right?
Yes.
Like they wouldn't, your clients wouldn't be directly paying themselves, would they?
Depends. Like some may have the funding to do it themselves.
Right.
Others may be their manager who deals with the government.
Yeah, like an NDIS
Yeah.
income stream.
That's right.
So-
But there's always a body in the middle between that that's either saying yes or no.
Yeah.
So you've got to get past that.
So in terms of your long-term vision, right, which if you would share that with me.
Yeah, of course.
The nuance of course you want every model to say, I'd really love you and want to engage your services.
Yes.
But you really want to be speaking to the person who's going to pay for that service, right?
That's right.
How do
The
you
approver.
How do you differentiate that marketing message?
I guess we have to focus on the benefit of how our service suits the goal of the participant. So that's why we look specifically for people that want to do modelling, because there's plenty of people with disabilities. Like for example, in this sector, there's around 660,000 people, but only a portion is going to want to do modelling or want to do acting. So in our marketing, we focus on, are you a person with a disability that really wanted to get into modelling or acting, or were you someone that loves the spotlight, or are you someone that wanted to build your confidence? Because modelling, this is how modelling can be very, very beneficial. Because as I said, we throw them in the limelight, just like the founders. You have to throw yourself in the limelight. We throw our models into the limelight, and we support them. Like we make sure that they feel comfortable and safe. So is that kind of what you were saying, of how the message has to be really clear so that it attracts the right person?
Yeah. Maybe I'm also bouncing back to my business.
Yes.
We will attract a lot of people, but not all of them can pay. So the question, who can pay, and where do you want to end up with this? What's the reason and purpose of the business? Yeah,
for me, I want to be the leading modelling agency that companies come to book people with disabilities for modelling. Because obviously it's a very niche market, so disability, healthcare, all the family friendly. So in order to win, we've got to, one, have the talent that want to be in the photos, and then the businesses that want to hire this particular talent. So yeah, so we make that clear. So when we do marketing, we also communicate that to businesses that there is value in putting people with disabilities, because disabilities is a growing industry, you know what I mean?
So when you're cross-marketing with other aligned businesses that
Yeah.
you could have reciprocal referrals,
Yes.
what's the methodology? How do you
Yeah.
follow up? How do you...
So we reshare content. So for example, on social media, a simple thing is tagging the business, but always asking permission. Can we do this? Because some businesses can be a bit sensitive, like they may not want to communicate that they've hired models. So you must get their permission first, and then once you get the yes, then you just go for gold and share it across every channel. So we have, my goodness, probably about 20 Facebook groups that we manage. We have LinkedIn group, we have Instagram pages, we've got about 10 Instagram pages, 10 Facebook pages. We just like dominate because we love, I love marketing. So it's a thing. Not everyone is aggressive like that, but I have to be, because we're in a market where it's all about the visuals. So we do that. And we encourage businesses to join our groups. We encourage people that are not even in our modelling agency yet to join our groups, because one day they might just have the decision. They might say, hey, I want to actually join you because you guys are cool. So it's like kind of, if you have an abundance mindset in business, you know, that rather than seeing people as like competition, see them as alliances. So we try to partner with as many businesses as we can that would appreciate our team, and we cross-market them. And same with the founders. Like we do free headshots for the founders of companies that book our models, because we want to help them too, because they are part of the reason why we pick them up as a client. And businesses have to look good, you know, for their LinkedIn, for example. So we just did that in was it Melbourne? We did headshots. We did the free hair and makeup. For us, it's just a little investment that we put in, but the rewards and the referrals and
That's such a meaningful gift for those
Yeah.
individuals.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
business.
yeah. Because if you go to like another company, like they're going to charge you through the roof, right? But we do it for free because we
You're
want.
already there on the ground with the photographer,
Exactly.
with the makeup artist.
Exactly, why not? And if we're servicing their clients, so doing their portfolios, we might as well help the business owner, because they will then see we are a giving company. And I really, you know, someone said to me the other day, you're like Oprah Winfrey, you just give away free stuff. And I said, yes, actually that's my goal. I love Oprah Winfrey. I think her philosophy in business is a really good thing. She inspires me. So yeah, so one day, what's one of my vision? To give away lots of stuff. one day.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm getting there.
I would second that. I feel like we scaled our company dramatically last year
Yeah.
through that method, which was I would interview people who
Yeah.
were very influential in my industry,
Yeah.
but want to grow their own career further.
Yes.
From educator to paid educator, but not inside of school.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a consultant, and
Yes.
I would interview them on camera, and I would edit the video for them. So it's like this podcast now. They had 30-minute piece of content that they could share to the world. And,
Yes.
But I secretly got a client because
They loved it.
I was talking to them before and after the podcast, and
Yeah.
the hit rate was really 90% of, we should talk further about what you do. But I didn't have to talk about it, just eventually they were grateful enough at the end of the call to go, now what do you do? And
Yeah.
they go, I could use you. So
Exactly. So you're giving.
lots of giving.
Yeah, give as much
Took
as you
me
can.
A while to edit the video, but it was easier than doing, heaps and heaps of reach out and marketing.
Exactly.
In that way, I just go one person I knew, they'll go, yes, I will have great this content.
Exactly. Like I'm an ex-teacher, you know that? I was a teacher for 13 years in the university and RTO sector. So hence I love talking. But yeah. But you know, it was all about relationships, and you know, through our business we do teaching, that kind of thing. But so 3 things. So consistency, yep, customer first, and connection. And I reckon if you can nail those, your content will be spot on, and you just build your business gradually, be the face of the business, and really just come with kindness. I think is the best way to succeed in content marketing. So yeah, thanks everyone.
That clarity. You've really got clarity. And I don't know whether you have a documented marketing plan.
No, nothing of that.
It's all here,
Entrepreneur.
but you've got clarity.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm. This is a typical. Once you've been in business for long enough, when you come up with an idea, like literally diversity models was born overnight, and I just went for it. I went to my hairdresser. Hairdresser put the idea in my head one day. Said, "Have you ever thought of running a modelling agency?" no. She said, you should. So literally overnight, just done. So yeah,
Love it.
so I love it.
Thank you so much, Monique.
Thank
we
you,
really
Liz.
appreciate your time. It's been fantastic.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And good luck in your businesses too, because entrepreneurship is like